Hi, hello everyone, welcome to Healing Journeys. My name is Christelle Achia. On this channel, I share content related to indigenous knowledge systems and more specifically African knowledge systems and those of the African diaspora as well. Well, as I'm recording this video, we've just entered spring here in the part of the world that is called Northern Hemisphere. And if you are on the other side of the world, well, it will also happen for you in 6 months. So it's never too soon, never too late to watch this video. And as we've just entered springtime, maybe you have already been busy with cleansing, cleaning, clearing, organizing things, removing winter clothes, maybe winter shoes, winter things, everything that you may not need anymore, and making space for new to come. Well, let's review together some ways, some, let's say, activities or practices that you can incorporate in your cleansing, cleaning, clearing processes to support you, and practices that are, according to our channel, rooted in African and African diasporic perspectives and practices. Well, something that is quite, I would say, basic, and I have often talked about that on the channel, is nervous system harmony, nervous system balance, also called nervous system regulation. I'd rather speak of nervous system balance, nervous system harmony, with the fact, let's keep in mind that what we do, what we engage to do is bringing more harmony, more balance in our lives. That's even the whole, I would say, purpose of healing, of what is called healing, right? So nervous system, because we need it, right, for everything we want to do. And there is nothing better than having a nervous system in harmony, in balance, or at least having a nervous system that let's say we give it the ability to find a way to its balance, at least. And even the very first step would be to at least recognize when there is imbalances, when there is lack of harmony. Being aware of the differences, of the different states of our nervous system, is even the very basic, and it's important. We don't always pay attention to the signals and to all the signs that are popping up to let us know that nervous system is screaming and we need we need a break. We need to pay attention to what's going on, right? So that's the first thing that can help us, support us in the processes of cleansing, cleaning, clearing. And how you can do that, we have already reviewed some of the activities. I'm just going to summarize them. Any kind of physical activities, right? It can start with walking, running, of course, all kind of movement, including dancing. We know that in our, let's say, indigenous practices of Africa and even in the diaspora, dancing rituals, dancing ceremonies, dancing practices have kept up a central role, like they're playing major role, and there are reasons for that. One of the main reasons is that dancing enables the nervous system to go quickly to a more harmonious, balanced state. And you don't need any equipment, you just need your own body. And dancing doesn't necessarily mean that you have to move a lot, or that you need to know any steps or any choreography, or that you even need music. You can have your own rhythm in your mind, and we all have a rhythm inside, at least several rhythms actually inside us: heartbeat and our breath. You can already like work with that. Dance according to your heartbeat and to your breath rhythm. We use also a lot of plants for instance, in forms of essential oils as well. I've already talked about that. There are a few videos about that on the channels. All kinds of other practices involving the body, such as massages, breath work as well. I'm thinking of head massages and hairdressing, hairstyling, for instance. They support also nervous system harmony. So you can pick up one, you can create a mix for them. There is also meditation, full consciousness, what is called full consciousness meditation. Well, let's say this one is not necessarily the most accessible, uh, especially if you are alone, if you are not trained to it, if you haven't been introduced to this practice. It can feel like overwhelming, disturbing, or you may not know how to start. So I would say start with what feels the most accessible. Then when you have focused on your nervous system, you have already done a lot in terms of cleansing, clearing. Let's say that the process of balancing, bringing your nervous system to a more harmonious state is very comparable. There are like clear similarities, or even it works with cleansing, doing a spiritual cleansing. Very often, what will like put some weight on us, on our nervous system, may not be directly related to our physical activities. It can be more related to the spiritual weight, the unprocessed emotions, unprocessed events that we have been like carried on with us, like bags. So bringing your nervous system to a more harmonious state will also help you see clearly, or at least have a clearer vision of what you want to live, what you want to keep with you, and even how you want to live it. Like, instead of creating a whole dramatic scenario, whatever, you can live things, relationships, people, or whatever it is, in a more harmonious, balanced way, without creating necessarily any drama. Or even when a kind of situation with like heavy emotions, high emotions, when they are like, let's say, wave, right? Like, or even tsunami, emotional tsunami, you have the ability to stay grounded, or at least find a way to the, let's say, to the harmonious state again. Find like a recovering way, or even find this way faster. It doesn't mean that you will never be, let's say, in unbalanced state again. It's just that you will have like the ability to reach a harmonious state faster, or even to know that it's possible to find the way to it, instead of feeling stuck for, I don't know, weeks, months, years, right? And this makes already a difference. So that I would say the one of the main point of investing in your nervous system, balance your nervous system harmony, as you cleanse, as you do a spiritual cleansing, and even before, while you're doing it, or after it. Like, spiritual work can be amplify, sustain, or I can't find the word, like, let's say you can help it to manifest, to have more physical manifestation, or physical manifestation, by also accompanying it with physical activities that you can do, and that you can engage in conscious and willing states, instead of waiting for things to happen. That's also a huge difference, and a very key point. So yes, that would be my, let's say, biggest encouragement. And I've already mentioned it in part of nervous system balance. The use of plants to, like, accompany your cleansing. You can also use, of course, you can use different things, herbal teas and so on, and essential oils. Why they are important? Well, first, before going further with it, if you are not familiar with essential oils, it is very important for us to at least have, like, pieces of advice, pieces of information from someone who have been using them for a long time, who know how to use them, who can let you know about, like, the how to use them, how not to use them, because there are certain recommendations to follow when you use essential oils. So if you are not familiar with it, don't just start with it. First, let yourself be informed. First, it's very important, because they are very powerful, and if you don't know how to use them, well, it can create, like, more damages than benefits. Essential oils are, like, let's say, a compacted version of the power of the plants, the power that plants have, and especially the healing, protective, and supporting powers that plants have. And it can go from fruit peeling, the plants themselves, trees, the roots, flowers, different parts of, let's say, other living beings called vegetals. So that's also something important. It's a part of living beings. So it's going to be, like, let's say, collaboration, co-working with other living beings. So this is also something that has an impact on us. And when you know how to use it, it's quite easy to use them. And also you can carry them with you wherever you go. Even if you need to take an airplane, you can find them in very small bottle. You can carry them with you even if you travel. So this is also another advantage. You can, like, have them and use them even if you need to go to work, if you need to travel, if you need to go on vacation, and so on. But first, please remember to get yourself like, the right information before choosing the essential oils. And even when you have the information, don't forget that you need to do, like, an allergy test before, like, starting anything with essential oils. So this is also very important. So these are the two things I could recommend you to incorporate with your cleansing, clearing, cleaning rituals as we start this spring. Hi. If you have already started, done, or if you are engaged in, let's say, physical detox, you may use plants, maybe you also use, or you use essential oils, or, I don't know, vegetables, water, any kind of thing that may contain those called vegetables. And as you know, as we know, they all have like specific location, let's say native locations. We don't find the same plants everywhere on the planet. Also, some of them are not always available across time, like during the year. So they are season also for some plants, flowers, and so on. And that's the first thing. This is something to keep in mind when we want to engage with them, especially in a non invasive, non colonial way, in a way that is respectful to the land, but also to them directly, the plant, the flower that you may use, respecting the season, their cycle, right? That's one thing. The other thing is also the location. Like we don't all need to use the same plants or part of trees or flowers for cleansing or detox. Each location holds plants like vegetables beings that have cleansing or detox abilities. This is something very important to keep in mind. Yes, some of them may be, how can I say, trendy, or they are like, I mean, not because of them, of course, because of us human, like pushing them out like on social media or even in I don't know, other types of media and so on. Some come very often to the front. I'm thinking, for instance, of on the one hand, their tree or Palo Santo, and these are, for instance, they're related to trees, and they are specific to some location, to some part of the globe. And it is important to understand that, yes, people in those areas have been using them as part of their rituals, their ceremonies. So first for spiritual practices. So it means that it also connected to heritage, to spiritual and cultural heritage. This is one thing. The other thing, it is also connected to land heritage, to like physical specific location, right? And so by more people across the globe using them, like as we know, when the demand is high, then it means that they are going to be, how can I say, taken more and more and exploited more and more. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Exploited more and more. Like they're, instead of them being part of ritual ceremonies, cultural heritage practices, they become part of an extractive system. And I believe that this is what we want to avoid. This is what we don't want to engage with, especially if when we want to use other than being like vegetables as part of cleansing, detox rituals, practices. Like on the one hand, we want to have something that supports us in cleansing, detoxing, so we could be more aligned, or we could leave what we no longer want to carry. And on the other hand, maybe consciously or unconsciously or knowingly, unknowingly, or by lack of, I don't know, knowledge about it, it's also very much possible. We engage in this extractive system, and these two are not. It doesn't match, basically. So this is something to have in mind. And then I guess the question you may ask yourself, okay, if I don't use it, or if I use it very less, or what can I do? What can I use then? Then the thing, that the invitation I was already sending from the very beginning by sharing my location. Look at what is available where you are, and by where you are, I mean either it's you are in this place for vacation, or you live there, or you work there for any kind of reason. Look at what is available where you are, and this is what you want to look for in the first place, I would say. And I'm not saying that, how can I say, that yes, for some specific needs, you may need a plant or a vegetable that is not from the location that you are, because also maybe your heritage, your lineage is not from the location you live in. It is something very possible. It's my case, for instance, and for specific purposes, you may need plants, vegetables from your native location. So in that case, yes, you're going to use that. But you see, this is a very specific case. It's what I would like to highlight is when we use it, let's say on a very regular basis, we could start with what is available where we are at the moment. First, as a respect of spiritual, cultural heritage, and also as a respect for the land that we are on, for the part of earth that we are on. All parts of earth have specificities, and we want to acknowledge that, we want to respect that, we want to honor that. And by connecting with the plant, with the vegetables that are locally available, it's also a way to acknowledge these specificities. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share about that. So it may not be that easy to do, especially at the beginning. So you can go step by step, first researching with a first plant or vegetables, and then slowly, step by step, having more and more of them. And if we need to use a vegetable plant that are coming from other location, I think then it is very important to pay attention to where they are coming from, where exactly they are coming from, like the working conditions of the people, for instance, growing them, and how they have been taken from the land. Like, do also they belong to protected areas, to organic agriculture, organic farming, to other part or fair trade collective, for instance, or any kind of workers collective supporting any kind of, I don't know, rights or movement. For instance, the women organizations are growing these herbs or these plants. All these kind of data can be available and can also help you in like making your decision on what you're buying, from who, and so on. So that was yeah, for today. I hope it's helpful for you. And yes, next to me you also have like a few videos of plants that I find where I am, and these are just ideas. Of course, it's not a recommendation, nothing mandatory. It's just to give you, to share some examples. So hope to see you soon. Let's take care of ourselves and of each other. Bye.